making friends as an adult is so much more difficult and awkward because you're not in environments that kind of sorry you're not in environments that force you to okay, most of the time you are not in environments that force you to be friends with others, and I feel like the issue is that you are now in a more elevated thinking. Before there was no ego, right? When you're young, you are like one of the purest and most innocent forms of your life, right? There's nothing that has kind of calloused you, and you don't see the ugliness of the world just yet. Like, you're not fully conscious, but as you grow older, you are conscious and aware of that. So it does make letting certain individuals into this energy and space, especially if you have healed from some traumas and things like that, you don't just mesh with people that easily. So with that being said, I think it's very important to find a group that you connect and resonate with as the new version of the self that you are becoming or have become. You are safe to explore, right? And you also got to know that with doing this, putting yourself out there, it's very brave. It is very brave of you to do, because you're really trying to just show up as vulnerable and authentic, because that's what you want to attract. Some people that do show up as the opposite attract, fake friendships or relationships, and so things like that. But this is to a group of people this message is to a group of people that I feel are, because I've been in this position where the more conscious you are and aware, the lonelier it gets, and you start to feel like you don't know where you belong, or you don't even know if like anyone thinks like you, right? But there are so many people that think like you. They are also just scared. So it's kind of like two introverts trying to be friends. Like, there needs to be someone that kind of makes the initiation. So I want to say that even having that awareness to put yourself out there is so brave, and you should give yourself credit for that. This is where the hardest part is getting out of your own way and just doing it. Like, you don't have to go out there and you don't have to. You can go out there and just get rejected 50 times. It's fine if you move that way, right? Some people are more the like rip the Band-Aid off kind of people, and then there's the people that slowly take the Band-Aid off. So I was the slow Band-Aid person, and I would just kind of fill my time and energy with things that I didn't go out looking for friends or people that I agreed with. It was more that I would put myself in these situations. For me, example, like an entrepreneur and wanting to be like in this creative space and wanting to be around individuals like that, I took like certain classes, entrepreneurship classes that got me in the right space with like certain people that I did align with. And I was always in cafes just hanging out. Like, if you think of it as like, I want to do this, and I always thought that this would be fun, just do it, and the right people will attract. And don't go into it with like, oh, I'm gonna make friends and I'm gonna have all the friends in the world, and like, you really just got to do it for yourself. And so that's what is the cause and effect. If you're looking for friends as an adult, I suggest you just put yourself in certain situations that will bring the like-minded individuals to you, right? If you are into spirituality, go to like a sound bath or some spiritual space with other like-minded individuals. If you are if you love hiking, unfortunately, you got to just sometimes do it alone, right? And that one is actually big, because if you are hanging around the same people that don't resonate with you and you bring them along into this new journey, you're not allowing and opening up the space for anything to fit into that, right? If you are with an individual that you don't really resonate with anymore, but they're just there as a placeholder until you do find someone that like matches, that's not, in my opinion, not the way you should go. I really do encourage just doing things alone, if you can, or with someone that you do trust and is on the same level as you, to where you can find more individuals that match you and another person, or just you, right? So yeah, just be brave enough to go out alone, venture off alone, and don't do it because you're looking for friends. Do it because, oh, well, I thought that was fun to do, or I've always thought about doing this. I've always had an interest in that. Oh, I used to play soccer when I was younger. Go and do that. Go find those activities, and you will find the right people. It just takes that courage of putting yourself out there.